Eco-Embezzlers, environmental swindlers. For tiny royalties, conglomerates can rip the guts out of mountains for valuable metals and materials. The spoils of their hard work are stacked and left behind in vast piles wherever it is convenient. And as soon as the veins are played out, the mines are abandoned and they waltz away in a safe bankruptcy. But the earth continues to bleed heavy metals into mountain creeks for as long as we will know. Their factory fishing fleets are simply a marvel of efficient modern 24 by 7 industrial production. They are able to strip mine vast areas of the ungoverned open ocean at their distant master's will. They vacuum the seas for trendy seafood fads until so few are left that they are not worth targeting. And in their wake toss back dead turtles, seals, dolphins, sharks, and literally tons of other bycatch. Corporate agriculture sucks deeply from fossil water aquifers which took 1,000,000 years to fill. They pay nothing except to run their pumps because such water is still a so-called free good. But those lowly private citizens whose wells now run dry have to pay to dig them deeper. And those to come after won't bother since all the irreplaceable water was sprayed into a hot, dry wind. Coal-fired plants thumb their noses at that over-regulating government bureaucracy, even though their mercury emissions have been proven to damage the brain of our little children. Meanwhile, their emissions sully our skies while bringing on a cataclysmic planetary warming, but it's all smoothed out by clean coal advertising, climate change denial, and the jobs and money pitch. Meat producers stuff their inputs with 70% of all the antibiotics used to make them fatten just a little bit faster, thus skillfully cutting the time their tortured chargers must spend in costly but horridly filthy feedlots. There's no charge for the awful smell or fee for fattening cows on subsidized corn they cannot digest. Their massive fecal outfall fouls the water, spreading newly mutated antibiotic-resistant organisms. Real estate developers guide our progress with bulldozers, building cookie-cutter tracks and strip malls. Farmland, wetlands, and open space at last become economically productive under their direction. There are no extra taxes for converting such features into more hideous and unsustainable sprawl, and their older works, now deemed commercially unattractive, are left to turn to blighted eyesores. Lobbyists for patriotic defense oligarchy contractors compete furiously for cost-plus government contracts, all wanting to build the next generation of overpriced weapons of mass eco-destruction. Their bloated corporate structures sucking up vast quantities of valuable engineering talent. Their costly marketing and influence campaigns guarantee huge annual increases in defense spending. Short-sighted American consumers buy gas-guzzling pickups and SUVs by the millions whenever gas is cheap. They waddle obesely about, most often alone, to jobs in cubicles far smaller than their $45,000 trucks. The beloved 13-mile-per-gallon vehicular expressions of freedom spewing 19 pounds of CO2 per gallon of fuel wasted. Of course, they need ladders to climb in, and there's really nowhere to put their groceries. Religion urges us to guiltlessly and thoughtlessly take dominion over, extinguish all of his creation. His edict to be fruitful has caused our overpopulation, destroying the natural resources we all depend on. Our vain claim that we alone possess souls allows us to torture and slay all the beasts of the field at will. But not to worry, no matter what we do to this earth, faith in God yields us a place in eternal heaven.